Welcome into Seahawks Today by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Megan Payton. Today we've got injury updates, news, rumors, a lot going on in Seattle. But first, I have a favor to ask of you guys. We are on the road to 23,000 subscribers, and we are so close. We're at 22,893, just over 100 away. My boss is mad at me right now. He wants us to get to 23,000 before the Thursday night game against the Rams. So please, don't get me in trouble. Help me out. Subscribe to this channel. We're going to be keeping you guys updated all season long. And this video is brought to you by our friends over at Magic Spoon. Magic Spoon is a delicious choice for breakfast. They have great cereal. It is healthy. It is delicious. If you go to magicspoon.com/Seahawks, you're going to get $5 off of your order today. Now, the Seahawks came up on top in a game that was so important. It was a must win, and they did it. They figured it out. It was a divisional game. This was so important. So I feel so encouraged by the Seahawks. And yes, it was a bad first half. It wasn't great, but they got it together. Ken Norton, Pete Carroll, they went into that locker room, and at halftime, they fixed what needed to be changed. And I am liking what we're seeing. And I think that the third quarter obviously was very impressive. Russell Wilson was very impressive. The defense looked better. Everything just started to click more. So I feel really good about this game. I'm not saying I feel like the Seahawks had an A+ performance in all four quarters, but this is the momentum shift that the Seahawks needed, especially in a divisional game. This was so important on the road. And now they go on to an even harder matchup. This one is going to be at home, but they are going to be taking on the Los Angeles Rams. They are right now, the Rams are actually favored at -2. The over-under is set at 54. This is going to be a tough game. The Rams are playing really well this season. They had their first loss, though, yesterday to the Arizona Cardinals. So maybe, they're not feeling so great right now. But the Seahawks, they win this game, they're back in it. Right now, the Cardinals are still undefeated at 4-0. The Rams fall to 3-1. And the Seahawks and 49ers, both 2-2. Obviously, the Seahawks have the lead so far in that matchup. But I think that this would be huge. Obviously, it would be huge. But just look at what happens. If the Rams lose to the Seahawks this week, now you've got Seahawks, Rams, and say the Cardinals lose. Everyone's sitting at kind of 3-1. Maybe the 49ers lose. Who knows what's going to happen? But I think that this is probably just as important of a game as last week. And it just kind of shows how competitive this division is. You don't know what's going to happen. Like we said, Cardinals came up on top against the Rams. So when you look at this division, you really just don't know what's going to happen. 49ers actually don't look bad either. I'm glad the Seahawks beat them, but this whole division is competitive. So it's hard to make these early predictions going into week 5, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Who do you guys see as being the NFC West champions? Go to the comments right now. Even if you're a Seahawks fan and you say, hey, I love the Seahawks, they're going to get a wild card spot. I think maybe Rams are going to win the division. Be honest in the comments and let us know what you think. Let's get into our injury update for the Seahawks today. Some positive things, some not so positive things. Injuries are always a concern, especially on a short week like the Seahawks have going into that Thursday night game. The main one that came out today was Carlos Dunlap. Seattle reporter Bob Condotta, he said, Carroll says Carlos Dunlap has sprained toe, a turf toe, says that it's going to be hard to get him back in time for Thursday's game. So this, to me, is a bummer. I think this is where you obviously lose time with the Thursday night game, and this is where problems start to arise. Guys don't have time to rest, get back out there. So I'd be surprised if we do see Dunlap, and I think that that's a problem because the Rams are doing really well on offense right now. And so when you are struggling on defense, let's be honest, the Seahawks defense did improve last week, but it's not their strong suit right now. So when you lose guys like this, it makes that more challenging. It's going to be difficult for them to get the pressure on Stafford. I think that this is a big loss, but he was a limited participant in today's practice. So, hey, maybe he kind of pushes through it and plays in this game, we'll obviously be monitoring him, but a little bit of an unfortunate situation for Carlos Dunlap. Darrell Taylor, on the other hand, he tweaked his ankle a little bit. We weren't sure yesterday what his injury was. Pete Carroll did say, though, that it was just a little bit of an ankle tweak. He didn't practice at all. I mean, I watched that game and I thought like he was going to be totally fine. I mean, I was even thinking maybe it was cramps. It's an ankle. He did not practice. So again, with a short week, I'd be surprised if we see Darrell Taylor out there. And we talk about the defense and how they improved, but this is not good when you have guys already. Benson Mayowa, he was a limited participant today, and he's dealing with that neck injury. Darrell Taylor now maybe not playing. This is going to cause problems, especially going up against a really strong Rams offense. Now onto the Seahawks offense side of things. Brandon Shell is dealing with that sprained ankle. Now, positive notes, he did return to practice this week, and he is limited, though. As of Monday, he was limited. So this would be huge. They have been without their starting right tackle, and I think that if they could get Brandon Shell back there, get some more protection for Russ, this would be key. I'm kind of encouraged by him. I think they're going to try to get him out there as soon as possible, and it'll help going up against a Rams defense that I'm not saying is strong by any means, but going up a team that is going to be very competitive. Now, some unclear guys that we're just not sure about right now. Penny Hart, he's dealing with that knee injury. We really just don't have a clear update on if he's going to be playing at all this week. Cody Barton dealing with rib injuries. He was a full participant in today's practice. That's good news. Maybe he'll be playing on Thursday. Gerald Everett. Hey, we talked about the pros for him as far as if he tests negative, can he play? What's the deal with that? Well, he is fully vaccinated. He did have a negative COVID test. So tomorrow he'll take another one. If that is negative, he will be able to play on Thursday, which would be really big for the Seahawks offense, kind of using different playmakers out there. And Dee Eskridge still dealing with that concussion injury, though he was a limited participant today. Again, kind of encouraging just because I didn't think he was going to practice at all. So we'll see. I know Pete Carroll said that they're just monitoring that injury, hoping that, he's clear soon. But out of all of these guys that we're talking about, which is a lot, and hopefully we'll see some of these guys back out on Thursday, which injury concerns you the most? Let me know right now in the comments, who are you worried about not playing on Thursday against the Rams? Do you guys want a change in your breakfast routine? If you do, I have got the product for you. This is Magic Spoon. Magic Spoon is delicious cereal that is also healthy. It has 13 grams of protein, only 4 net grams of carbs, and somehow there is 0 sugar in it. And I'm not kidding, guys. It tastes so good. They've got frosted, they've got cocoa, they've got peanut butter. They have a ton of different options to choose from. If you go to magicspoon.com/Seahawks, you're going to get $5 off your order. Try it out. If you don't like it, they'll send you your money back. So you've got nothing to lose, but I'm telling you, I haven't heard one person say they don't like it. So go check out Magic Spoon and get $5 off today. Now, we can't do this news and rumors video without congratulating Russell Wilson on his 100th win of his career, the fastest quarterback to ever do it. He was just right ahead of Peyton Manning by 6 games. Peyton Manning, he got to 100 wins in season 10, but in game 10. So Russell Wilson beats him. Obviously, he gets his in game 4. This is just a really impressive statistic. We know how dominant Russell Wilson is, but it's just cool whenever they reach these, records, they reach these milestones. And I think that it's easy to kind of look at him game by game and give your opinions, but Russell Wilson is such a dominant player. And if you look at just the best all-time passer ratings ever right now, Patrick Mahomes is leading at 109.5. He's just short right now. Russell Wilson's at number 4. Now, these are kind of skewed because it just depends, obviously, how long you've been playing. So some guys, their ratings are going to go up or down based on how long their career has been. I think that Russell Wilson is going to move his way up even further the longer that he plays. He has had 34,990 yards. That's insane. He's had 276 touchdowns and a 65.2 completion percentage. And now he has 100 wins. So congratulations to Russell Wilson. And I think that we're going to continue to see dominant performance by him. So I do want to let's make some career predictions for Russell Wilson. He's not retiring anytime soon, I don't think. But when he does, what do you guys think? Fill in the blank. Russ will end his career as a top blank quarterback of all time. Go to the comments right now and give your Russell Wilson career predictions. And while you're there, if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel. We are constantly giving you guys updates, news, rumors. Between Tom and I, we are going to be providing you guys content almost every single day. So do not miss out. Help us out and press that big red button. Now, as we look into this matchup for the Rams, we talk about, hey, the defense played a little bit better. They figured it out. Ken Norton Jr., I think him and Pete Carroll during the half reconsidered some things, switched things up, and even prior to the game, they switched things up. But the thing that still kind of is figuring out a work in progress is the cornerback room. Sidney Jones got his first start last week. Trey Flowers got benched. And hey, I like what I saw of Sidney Jones. I'm not saying that he, played fantastic. He obviously gave up a couple of big plays, especially the Deebo Samuel touchdown play. But you've got to give him at least some credit. He's adjusting to this new defense. He's adjusting to not having played for a month. I like what we're seeing out of him. I think that he's got room to improve already just in that one game. I do think that he played better than Trey Flowers, but there's still some guys that we could see getting a chance. I'm interested to see Bless Austin, and I'm very interested to see a rookie Trey Brown. Now, he is going to be coming off of IR soon, so it'll be interesting to see what Pete Carroll does, just depending on maybe Sidney Jones' performance, maybe DJ Reed's performance, how he plans on switching things up. But when Bless Austin is ready, according to Pete Carroll, and when Trey Brown does come off IR, who would you rather see? If you'd rather see Bless Austin, go to the comments right now and type in Bless. If you'd rather see Trey Brown, type in Brown. I'm excited about Trey Brown. That's who I'm picking for this question. To me, Trey Brown, he's going to be a great player. He's coming out of OU. He's a 4th-round pick. He's got a strong frame. This guy is very strong for his size, and you don't see that a lot in corners. I think he's got great short area quickness. And I think that if you look at what he did at OU, he's got a history of making some game-changing plays. So, yes, he's a rookie. There's going to be, things that he has to adapt to playing in the pros. But I'm really excited about him, excited to see him off of IR, and hoping that Pete Carroll gives him a chance. Now, another thing the Seahawks did on defense in this game that helped out a lot was the use of Ryan Neal. Ryan Neal was a key to improving this defense last week, in my opinion. They utilized him, as kind of that dime guy, 6th defensive back. And I think that was good. I think it was a great addition to just the pass defense. And you look at kind of what they did. First of all, they were much better in the 3rd down defense. They held the 49ers to 2 out of 14. That's pretty good. And Ryan Neal also did pretty good too. He had 4 tackles. If you look at his PFF stats, he was targeted 3 times, completed twice, 17 yards on him, and 1 pass breakup. So again, I think that Pete Carroll liked what he saw out of him. He actually credited Ken Norton Jr., who I know you guys like to talk about, but he said this was his idea. And we heard in a radio interview with Carroll that he does plan on kind of keeping Neal in as that 6th dime defensive back. So I'm excited about that. I think that was a key improvement for the Seahawks defense. Now, it's not getting any easier. We're going to have the full preview for you guys later in the week, but the Seahawks are taking on the Rams. The Rams are traveling to Seattle, so hey, back at home for them, but the Rams are still favorites at -2. The over-under is set at 54. Before we do our preview later in the week, I just want your early predictions. Who do you guys have winning this game? If you've got the Seahawks winning, go to the comments and type S. And if you're saying, hey, the Seahawks are improving, but the Rams are still a better team, go to the comments and type R. We are here to provide you guys with news, rumors, recaps, injuries, everything good, bad, ugly, anything Seahawks. We're going to be here all season long. So help us get to 23,000 subscribers. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you are after this video.